What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going over a requested video. There was a couple of people in my last Gunlance video that said, hey, what's the second best build? Because Omega sucks. And to that, I tell you, fair. I don't blame you. Omega was really rough. I actually just barely beat it with a couple of my friends that hadn't completed it quite yet the other day. It's a rough fight. It is a hard fight. And if you haven't beat it yet, I don't blame you. It's a little daunting. It is the hardest fight that we have had in Wild so far. And I know there's probably people sitting out there that might be watching this video and be like, oh, it wasn't hard. It was easy. You don't know anything, you streamer. And there's a lot of people that struggle with this fight, myself included. I was not able to beat it the first, I think, 5 or 6 tries that I attempted it. It's hard. And that was for the regular one, the story one. I really had to lock in. And the last time I had to do that was fighting Primordial Malzeno and Sunbreak. And that was just because I was still learning and adjusting, and I also fought it way too early. If you know anything about Sunbreak, I didn't play during its normal life cycle. I ended up just kind of playing after the fact. Same with Iceborne, actually. And Fatalis and Elatrion, I waited to fight. I didn't wait to fight Primordial Malzeno. I fought that the second it was available, thinking that was the next step. If you're going back and playing the games, don't do that. Great fight, though. Great fight. Super cool. But vampire teleporting dragon, not fair. Not fun. Anyways, back to the build. In today's build, we are going over, I'm not going to say the best Gunlance build, but it is the best Gunlance build that you can craft easily. Because it only requires 2 Arch-Tempered kills, and arguably, at least in my opinion, they're the 2 easier Arch-Tempered kills, and Guardian Ebony Odogaron, which is nice. Okay, we haven't seen this man in a long time. So we have G-Lawful. I know a perfect rolled Ardian can do more damage, but let's be real. How many of you actually have perfectly rolled Ardian weapons? Yeah, that's what I thought. Which means this is an easy to craft meta build, okay? We have our Queen Cord Maker. Obviously, we love our hunting horns. We have Arch-Tempered Udra Helm and chest with the Arch-Tempered Uduna legs, okay? The reason I chose these pieces is, 1, they have a myriad of amazing skills, but 2, ideally, you only have to take out these monsters 1 time to be able to craft them. Granted, I understand for some people that can be difficult, in which case, join the Discord, maybe I'll be able to help you out. But overall, it's definitely something that's doable, okay? It's not anything crazy like Savage Omega. And then we have the Ebony Braces and the Ebony Coil. Now, the reason we are rocking Ebony is because of Burst Boost. Burst Boost 1 extends the duration of burst skill and grants +8 raw attack. If you don't know when you're playing Gunlance, you don't care about critical element, critical hit, critical eye, critical boost, nothing. You do not care. And the reason for it is because every single one of your shelling attacks, Wyvern Fire, the actual shelling, I can't remember the Wyvern Spike one that you kind of like stab into them, all of them, they don't crit. They do fixed amount of damage, which means the higher your raw attack is, the better off you are. Which means Burst is a wonderful addition to all of it. And Burst Boost just gives us a little jump, a little boost in the right direction. So, the big thing for this build, and I actually just talked about this in my Sword and Shield build the other day, you need a Talisman, ideally with offensive guard. The only way you are able to not use offensive guard is if you have an Artillery 3 one. Those are the 2 Talisman choices for this build. And it is honestly the only part that's difficult. You need offensive guard or you need Artillery 3. If you can get those, you can make the rest of this build work with no issues. Okay? So, that being said, as far as decorations go, we have offensive guard down here on our charm, which allows us to slot in artillery, magazine, magazine. Now, because I have my offensive guard charm, you can see I don't need it. If you have artillery down here, you can put it there. If you have attack boost, you can put it here. The big thing is for Gunlance specifically, you want artillery 3, you want load shells, and you ideally want offensive guard. If you can get offensive guard, artillery, and load shells in whatever combination, do it. If you have an additional slot, like me, you can go for something like handicraft if you're using G lawful bores. And that's because G lawful bores does not have any white sharpness. If we put handicraft on, we get a little sliver. And it's not a lot, but it can help with sharpness management because Gunlance eats through sharpness. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I just get pummeled when it comes to my sharpness management on this weapon. It's ridiculous. I don't understand it. It's not even like a crazy fast hitting weapon either. I don't know. You could also do an attack jewel. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. But I wanted to showcase exactly how you guys set up your decos. So, that is what you're going to go for. Next up, we have our helmet. Our helmet is wonderful. And that's because Burst is an insanely good perk on Gunlance. You have a lot of attacks that continue going, continue exploding, or taking damage, making Burst really, really easy to have 100% uptime on. Not to mention, we have 3 level 1 slots and 3 levels of Burst. These level 1 slots I am giving to Medicine. And the reason we're going with Medicine is because Recovery Up. Recovery Up is really, really nice when you are the quote-unquote frontliner. If someone you are playing with is able to cast a Life Powder, Dust of Life, or they have wide range, they use potions, you are going to get an additional 30% health when this is maxed out. 30% doesn't naturally seem like a lot, but let's say you're getting healed for 100 health. Now you're getting healed for 133 health, which is pretty solid, all things considered. 130 health, okay? Next up is we have 1, 2, 3 Challenger Jewels. This is going to give us, boom, 5 levels of Agitator, which is really, really nice because, like I said earlier, we don't care about affinity with Gunlance. Affinity is non-existent. You don't need it, which means raw attack is the way to go, okay? Then we have 1 level of counter, and this is to max out Counter-Strike. Once again, giving us more raw attack, okay? We have 1 extra level 2 slot here, and that level 2 slot I gave specifically to Evade Extender. This is actually something I was already looking into. I almost considered dropping this level of Counter-Strike to have only level 2 and then level 2 Evade Extender. However, if you are a seasoned enough player, you know Gunlance can be a little wonky when it comes to hopping around in and out, and it can be really, really nice to have it. However, it is not a requirement. You could opt, instead of this counter jewel and this jumping jewel, for earplugs. But at the end of the day, this is what I chose to use, just because earplugs, I'm able to guard shields anyway, or I'm able to guard those roars anyway. I don't know how it works exactly. That doesn't make sense. How are you going to guard a noise? Anyways. And then you have 1, 2, 3 levels of Steadfast. Steadfast is really nice because it's going to give you stun resistance. Stun resistance, especially when you are at the forefront of the fight and you are getting hit a lot, is going to make it a little easier to not get absolutely boned. Last but not least, we have Protection. Protection is for Divine Blessing. We already had 1 level thanks to our arms. We want to make sure, let's go ahead and take full advantage of it. It's pretty nice. This build does a very, very good job kind of hitting all of the marks, and it is fairly easy to build. So what we're going to do is we're going to select Agitator. We're going to select Smash Mode. We'll go ahead and do Normal. Now, in my last one, we were utilizing Resentment. We don't have Resentment here. We are going straight with damage, which means the only thing we need to worry about is getting hit. If we can get hit, we will get the Counter-Strike. Wonderful. Counter-Strike has now been active. And you can see we're at 322 with a food buff. So if I were to just go ahead and start and get Burst going. There's my Worm Stake Full Blast. Multi-Worm Stake. Burst maxed out. We're at 348 raw attack. And that's insane because we have no other buffs. We do have the Mega Demon Drug active, so keep that in mind. We're a little over. I believe the number is 15 or 20. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Either way, if you were to puff the same buffs as me and just have Mega Demon Drug, you will be sitting at a natural 322 raw attack. Because on top of that, you also get Lord's Soul, giving you the 5% damage increase that comes with Guts. Okay? You can see here, we don't have any other damage increasing perks. It is a Mega Demon Drug and our skills. That's it. If we were to include Offensive Guard in the mix, now we have 334 raw. Let's go ahead and get hit one more time to get Counter-Strike back up. Offensive Guard is still active. Oh, there it goes. Let's try this one more time. So we have Counter-Strike active right now. Offensive Guard is now active. We're at 359. Let's go ahead and activate Burst and Burst Boost. You can see Burst has been activated, and that is the Burst Boost effect. 348 with Offensive Guard. 385 raw attack if you were to get hit, or if you were to perfect block something that necessarily would normally knock you over, because sometimes Counter-Strike will work. You can get up to 380 raw attack with Counter-Strike, Burst, and Offensive Guard active, which in the grand scheme of things are all very, very easy to proc. Counter-Strike, you just get hit, or you block an attack, maybe not perfectly, and you get knocked back a little bit. Offensive Guard, you just need to hit a well-timed guard. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't let it lie to you. It's pretty nuts what this build can do. You can see here, we're at 297, 300 raw, and our weapon starts at 240. Overall, this build does a very, very good job of being user-friendly on top of being very easy to craft. So, for those of you in my comment section on my last Gunlance video, I hope this finds you. I hope this did you well. I hope I made you proud. That is going to do it for today's video. Thank you all, guys. Thank you guys for coming and watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.